22-year-old Tyla Rodrigues, country music artist from Brisbane, continues to build momentum following the success of her debut EP, Upon Reflection, with the release of her new EP, Hold On Tight, showcasing her growth as a songwriter and artist. Her latest single, Honky Tonk Healing, captures her deep appreciation for traditional country storytelling paired with the unmistakable energy of a classic honky-tonk sound, a reminder of why country music's timeless themes continue to resonate. You can catch her at the Groundwater Country Music Festival in Queensland, but we're lucky enough to be speaking with her in the Zoom room right now. You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick, and I'd like to welcome into the Zoom room today for the first time, Tyla Rodrigues. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Now, Tyla, you're 22, is that right?
I sure am.
You've had such an amazing career already for someone so young, and you're a Brisbane girl?
Thank you, yes. Yeah, I was born and raised in Melbourne, but very much a Queensland local, I consider myself now.
You're lucky duck, chasing the sunshine.
That's right, the weather is much better up here.
So, therefore, being a city girl, where did this love of and absolute talent for country music come from?
Thank you. I mean, country music has always just been a huge part of my life. Although, I did grow up in Melbourne and obviously moving to Brisbane, I spent a lot of my time out in the country and in the bush down in Victoria too. And I think country music has just always been a big part of my life growing up. And so I just have always felt that connection to the stories of country music and the melodies and just the sound overall. And I think that's what always kept me, interested in the genre itself. My parents, mum and dad, both had me very much in the world of music. I was listening to everything from pop, soul, country, hip hop, everything. And so I think to get to this age and still feel so connected to country music, that's a big thing for me.
It's definitely your thing.
Thank you.
Do you have any siblings, Tyla, or that? And if so, are they interested in music as well?
I do. I have a younger brother, actually. He is just about to turn 20, so he's a couple years younger than me. But he is actually pretty good on the guitar and also used to play the drums as well. But he's definitely he's not very interested in being on the stage or around the stage. He much prefers being in the audience. He definitely helps me out, though. It's a full family affair, this music business. My mum, my dad, and my brother are all involved in helping me get through everything that I need to. So I'm very lucky to have him.
Australians are so good at putting on a country music festival.
I could not agree more. I am very lucky to have been a part of a few now, and I think we do a pretty good job.
We absolutely do. And there's more and more and more, but the one we want to talk about today is the Groundwater Country Music Festival. It's up in Queensland. What I love about this one is it puts two wonderful things together, country music and a beach.
I love it, and it's it is the only festival in Australia that does it, and the vibe of this festival is simply unmatched. I don't know whether it is the fact that you're out there on the beach and it's always good vibes, the sun is out. I don't know what it is about it, but I think putting the two of those things together truly make for the best environment. And I love most about Groundwater the fact that it is a free festival, and so every year it attracts not only country fans, but I like to call them country curious. And they come along and then, maybe if they're not sure whether they like country music or not, it's a new thing. But because it's free, they get to come down and experience country music. And I feel with every year that goes by, it just creates more and more country music fans.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you. This is the 13th year. It's your third, is that right?
It is. I am so grateful for the opportunities that Groundwater have given me. They're one of the first festivals to ever give me, a shot. And the first year I played at the Broadbeach in the bar, and we were playing the night slots for like 3 nights in a row. We did the late shift when all the stages closed, and it was the best. I remember standing up there on that stage that they put out in the bistro and going, this is just so much fun. The place was packed out, singing, dancing. The place, like I said, just full, wall to wall. And with every year, last year I got the privilege to play under the Karawa Big Top stage, and this year we'll have to wait and see, but I will tell you that I'm very excited about the show we're putting together this year.
Your trajectory's been pretty good since straight that way since 2024 when you celebrated your debut EP, Upon Reflection. I was just listening to one of the songs off there again this morning. Gee, it's good. You've got such a talent for writing, these really heartfelt country songs. Where did that talent come from?
Thank you. Honestly, songwriting was such a second. It came, music and singing for me was always first. I just loved to sing. I loved to perform in any way that I could. That was my favorite thing to do. And it was only a few years ago, I just recently hit the 3-year anniversary of my debut single, All She Is. And that was the first song I had ever written. And it's crazy. I still think back and I go, why would you release the first song you ever wrote out into the world? But I'm still proud of that song for so many reasons. And so honestly, songwriting, like I said, came very secondary to all of that, but I was very much inspired by one particular project called the Martha Tapes, and that is by Miranda Lambert, Jack Ingram, and John Randall. And they basically went out to a town in Texas and they stayed out there for 6 weeks and they just wrote this whole EP. And basically when you listen to it, you can hear cows mooing, wind blowing. I'm sure you can really, if you listen carefully, a tumbleweed blowing by. But that for me was the inspiration for songwriting, when I realized that all it is sitting down and really just speaking how you feel or telling a story. When you listen to a polished song on Spotify or on the radio, when you listen to that, it doesn't feel like it could be that easy. But when I really understood that that's all there was to it, then songwriting became one of my favorite things to do.
I feel like it just came naturally to you and was just a natural progression of singing.
Yeah, no, it definitely, it happened so organically, and I'm so grateful for that project particularly, because hearing something in its truest form like that is, as I said, what inspired me to do it myself. And now it's, like I said, one of my favorite things to do. And with every song release, I am surprised more and more, when you're sitting and you're writing a song and you're thinking, I'm the only person in the world that's ever felt this way. This is the worst, and whatever it may be. And you might feel like the story that you're trying to tell is so niche, but then every time, without a doubt, I put a song out and there's always someone out there that connects to it. And so something that I always keep in mind is that, a song will always find its people.
Yeah, find its tribe.
Correct.
Well, I feel like your songs, for such a young lady, they just show so much maturity. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And I want to congratulate you on your latest single, Honky Tonk Healing. Now, this one's got quite a different feel to the others. It's definitely got that old honky tonk, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that sure is what I was going for. This song, honestly, most inspiration came from the start of my musical journey. When I was just starting, I had just put my band together, and I was trying my luck in all the local bars and pubs, and I was touring up North Queensland, and I was playing in towns of, a population of 2,000 people and all those type of things. And, that feeling of starting a set, particularly playing to maybe 2 or 3 people, and then as the night goes on, more people come along, and maybe at the start of the night everyone's kind of in their own areas of the room, and then as the music starts playing, and you might just hit a song that everyone loves and enjoys, and then they come into the middle and they're having a good time. And that to me really just encapsulated everything that Honky Tonk Healing is, because it's just, no matter what's going on in your life, good, bad, or otherwise, there's always been a time for me where it's like, maybe you got friends or family that are pushing you to get out just to make yourself feel a little better. And that's that exact moment in a honky tonk or a bar when then you just forget everything for a moment and you get to just be there and have fun.
Well, that's it. Music has a way of pulling everybody together, and it's also very, very healing and therapeutic, isn't it?
Absolutely.
In particular, country music, for some reason. Now, If people want to get tickets for the Groundwater Country Music Festival, it's in October, 16th to 18th. I still can't get over the fact that it's free. If ever you wanted to attend a country music festival, this one is the one. You go to groundwatercmf.com. I also wanted to hear a little bit about you joining forces with US country artist Braxton Keith for a duet. How did all of that come about?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that one, I still pinch myself on that one. It was such an organic process. I mean, Amazon came to me first and they sort of said, we're interested in doing this Amazon original. We're interested in doing a duet with an Aussie and a US artist. And a little bit earlier than that, I had someone reach out to me from Braxton Keith's management, and they let me know that they love my stuff and that Braxton really loves my style and all that sort of stuff. And then when Amazon came to me and they said, Braxton Keith, we're thinking of doing it with Braxton Keith, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, this was
meant to be.
Sort of in the making, meant to be. And then the whole process was very much like that. It just felt so natural and so perfect. Everything fell into place exactly how we hoped it would. We did a few Zooms while we were planning on what song we were going to do and things like that. And his management sort of said, let's both split apart and put a list together of some of our favorite songs and songs that we would want to duet. And when we came back together to do a little meeting on it, actually, both of our number one songs was Do I Ever Cross Your Mind? And so it was so perfect from day dot. It was perfect. And then obviously we went into the studio, we did our bits, and then it was great. Braxton was here in Australia earlier this year and we got the opportunity to play it together live. So honestly, doing this duet with him has been such a dream song, dream collaboration, and I'm just wrapped with how it turned out and that people are loving it.
Oh, so exciting. Now, not only are you gracing country music festival stages across Australia like Tamworth and the Gympie Music Muster and, of course, Groundwater, but also overseas. Again, for someone so young, this is incredible. You did the CMA Festival in Nashville and C2C Festival Berlin and London. These must have been amazing experiences.
They were. I mean, this year alone has been mind-blowing, like just even to reflect, and we're only in July, and just to reflect on what this year has been is madness to me. I've gotten to see places in the world that I didn't think I'd ever go, let alone with country music, because of country music. And so I'm incredibly grateful. And Europe was just a whole nother world. I loved it. I wasn't sure what to expect. Country music fans is what I got. Big country music fans, and they the crowds were just packed in every single room from Germany to London, and just such attentive listeners, and they're just so excited about country music. And I think the biggest thing that I've taken out of getting to do all this touring this year and getting to travel the world is that country music is alive and well, and people are very excited that the genre is back with vengeance, and that also there's so many different varieties of country music and someone's take and style on it too. And I mean, I'm particularly excited to see the trad country coming back. It's just exciting, full stop, to see how warm and welcoming everyone is for this genre again.
Another feather in your cap in the rising US country superstar Dylan Gossett chose you, ma'am, to open all of his shows on his tour.
Yeah, to this day, that's still up there with one of my favorite tours. The Gossett crew are just some of the best people I've ever gotten to meet, and that was my first ever I did Australia and New Zealand, and so that was my first kind of big tour that I had ever done. And they just took me under their wing, the whole crew of them. They taught me so much of what I know now about touring life and how to, I guess, how to do it, because touring as a musician is, as much as it's so exciting and filled with so many fun moments, it can be really difficult. It's difficult to stay ahead of the ball. It's difficult to make sure you're staying on top of what you need to do scheduling wise and all of the above. And so they really taught me a lot of what I need to know about that. And so I'm grateful for that tour.
Now back to the Groundwater Country Music Festival, because there's so many wonderful country artists that you're going to be sharing the stage with, like Casey Chambers, Kaylee Bell, the Wolf Brothers, Becky Cole. Gee, she's funny, isn't she, that woman?
She is hilarious, that woman. Absolutely hilarious.
And so talented as well. James Blundell, Kingswood. Is it Lane Pittman or Laney Pittman?
Lane, yep.
Lane Pittman, Henry Wagons, Andrew Swift, Sweet Talk as well. So many. Now, you've appeared with some of those previously.
I'm excited. Groundwater always feels like a little family reunion. Like, I feel like everyone's obviously off doing their own touring schedules in the year, and I feel like it's a nice home base at the end of the year to get to catch up with everybody. So I'm incredibly excited. It's another great lineup this year. So if you're around, you've got to get down to Groundwater Country Music Festival.
Absolutely. Is there any of those other artists on the bill that you'd like to get up and sing with?
Any of them. It's one of my favorite lineups. As I said, it feels like a family reunion. I absolutely love the Wolfies, Casey Chambers. She's always a masterclass of a performer, and I love watching her show. So it's going to be another great year.
You know, if you're not doing anything, 16th to the 18th of October, get onto groundwatercmf.com, get a ticket and get along to it. It just sounds amazing. I haven't been to that one yet, and I've been to a lot. I've been to Monday and Blues Fest and Brighter Days, but I haven't been to this one, so I might have to pull my finger out and see you down the front.
Yes, definitely.
So, Tyla, if people would like to find out a little bit more about you, grab some merch, grab some music, where should they go?
They can head to tylarodriguesmusic.com, and it is all there along with updates and scheduling of shows and things like that. So I hope to see you all at Groundwater.
Was there anything else, Tyla, that you wanted to mention that we didn't mention and I can edit back in there for you?
No, that was perfect.
All covered?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was so lovely to meet you. Thank you so much. And as I say, you're just such a beautiful, young but mature, young but old. And I say that in the nicest way. Mature young lady. And we wish you all the success with whatever the future holds for you.
Thank you. That means a lot. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you at Groundwater.
See you there.
Thanks. See ya.
You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick. Thank you so much for joining me on the Still Rocking It podcast. Hope to catch you again next time. Get out when you can, support Aussie music, and I'll see you down the front.